fall off. Ask someone ice, that's why. Okay. So how are we going YouTube? This is a direct, straight down the barrel at Dam Buster and Deep Silver and the lies, using the excuse of peer-to-peer as an excuse for disabling hosting of multiplayer games. This is calling their lies out. So I'm on Minecraft, as everyone will know, the most famous peer-to-peer game that is available. Now, there are lots of peer-to-peer games, I've said it before. Most notables, Minecraft, 7 Days to Die, and the reason 7 Days to Die is so, well, as famous as it is because of Minecraft. Because when 7 Days to Die first came out, it was so close to Minecraft that everyone's comparisons. And then you got other ones like Dead Island 1 and Riptide, and then you've also got Dying Light and Dying Light 2. They all run a peer-to-peer. A peer-to-peer is where my console or computer, whatever, hosts a game, and my friends join my world. Now, the misconception that Dam Buster and Deep Silver trying to pull is that me being in my world and then you join me, that my console then runs your world as well. Well, it doesn't. So I just want to explain how what exactly happens during a peer-to-peer and how Dam Buster and Deep Silver are lying and stuff like that. So Minecraft is a really good example of it. They're going to say Dam Buster and Deep Silver's excuse. Actually, I don't want to blame Dam Buster because it may not be Dam Buster. It might be Deep Silver. Maybe Deep Silver signed an agreement with Sony and Microsoft to not allow last gens to play or host, to, in brackets, force us to buy a next gen console. Well, if you were doing that, shame on you. It's disgusting. It's bad enough you're breaking the law by withholding our multiplayer, but then if you're doing it for that reason, that's even worse. But let's just jump down here for a second. Now, all these different blocks here, when you first load into the world as a host, which I am right now, I'm a host, it generates it. So it goes, okay, this is here, this is here. So the game knows what a snow block looks like. The game knows what an ice block looks like. Oh, actually, I should look at an ice block and say that. An ice block, a blue ice block, stone block. The game, the console, my console knows what that looks like. When a friend joins my game, which is the peer-to-peer section, a friend would join my game, and it would my console will say, okay, this is what the world looks like day one. And the console goes, okay, well, that's an ice block, I know what ice block looks like. That's a blue ice, that's a stone, that's a snow, I know what they look like, but they're at this location. The reason why I'm using Minecraft as an example here is because every single block, the block I'm standing on right now, there are, if I do this, that many different blocks. Like, anyone who's played Minecraft knows there's a butt ton of blocks. This block I'm standing on could be any of those blocks. So for the entire world, my console has to notify anyone who joins my game that this particular block here is a snow block with a snow layer on top. Even a better example, because that is different. Oops. Than that. Oops. Then let's try that again. Then that. So that and that are two different. That's a change. So every time I do this, my console knows I'm doing it because I'm doing it. So it has to then let anyone else in the game know that that is happening. And it's not that my console is rendering let's just do this, and we'll say I kind of wish, actually not. Let's do this one instead. Okay. That's my friend. So when I break the snow layer, or put the snow layer back on, my game doesn't render his game. His game renders his game. All that's changed across is snow layer at this location, no snow layer at that location, snow block at that location, no snow block at that location. That's all that's sent from here to there. He's the peer and I'm the peer, so it's peer to peer. Dambuster's trying to make out that every block that you see around us, my game is rendering it in my console and is rendering it in his console, and it's not. All the blocks around him, his game is rendering, because it knows blue eyes. It knows, where was it? Down there, normal eyes. It knows snow layers. It knows snow. It joined the world. This is usually why it takes a little bit longer to join the world, and then once you're in it, it's fine. Because when you first join it, all these blocks around here, my game has to go, okay, I've got to let this guy know that this is a snow layer. This is a snow block. There's a whatever's underneath that, or whatever's underneath that, all the way down. So if this is layer... Wait, there's no G... Why is there no... Why are there no coordinates, man? This is annoying. Show coordinates. Show coordinates! Thank you! So this is layer 198. So there is 197 blocks below me that it's got to let this character know, this person know, what it is. Or at least what the ones that it's rendering at the moment are. And at any time, like if I dig, it may not be saying what's two layers down. But if I go like that, I can now see there's a stone block there. So it's got to let this person know there's a stone block there. That is the transfer between my game and their game. It doesn't say the stone block looks like this. It doesn't say 16 pixels by 16 pixels alignment. That's none of that. It is literally this coordinate is a stone block. Let that person know. That person receives it. Their game then goes, okay, I go to my archive and see that their game goes to their archive and says, okay, this is what the stone block looks like, placed in that location. So the fact that Dambuster and Deep Silver are trying to make out that because of the computing power of the PlayStation 4, that you can't host a game is horseshit. Because it's got nothing to do. If my console can run the game, it can run a peer-to-peer. The in brackets lag / performance hit it will get from having people in the game is so minute, because the only thing that my console is doing extra when there's an extra person in here, not taking into account that I've got to render their character in my game, because their console doesn't render their character in my console renders their character in my game. So the only extra hard processing mine has got to do is go, broke, send a copy of that information to the people in the game. Not the snow layer looks like this. No, it doesn't have to transfer that, because that person already knows that. It's sending across the fact that it is no longer there. That's all it's doing. So if, for example, if the changing of that is, let's say, a kilobyte of data, it only has to transfer a kilobyte of data between. That's all it's doing. When I break it, my console sends a message to this console saying, please remove that layer of snow. their console goes, done, sends it back to mine and goes, good. Excuse me. That is why sometimes when you're in a peer-to-peer game, like in Minecraft and all the other ones, if I break the block, the other people in the game might go, oh, no, oh no, there it goes. And you go, but I broke it like a few seconds ago. That is transfer rate. That has nothing to do with the processing power. So anyone who's believing Dambuster and Deep Silver about the whole you can't do peer-to-peer on PS4 and Xbox One because of processing power, anyone who believes that is getting fed a lie. It has nothing to do with processing power. The only choking point for a peer-to-peer game, now obviously if you've got 100 people in your game, yes, you're going to feel it. Because it's got to send that 1 kilobyte 100 times. But they got 3 players in multiplayer, you and 2 friends. So the transfer rates, the only choking point is the data, the connection. For example, if this person and me are in the same house and we're running a direct cable, that direct cable is the choke point. If you're doing it over the internet, your internet is the choke point. If you're doing it on the same console, this is where the issue of the processing power, yeah. If that player is on the same console and I break that, it's got to update the break, that's fine. But because we're right next to each other, it's all good. But if that person was all the way over there somewhere, my console then has to render this area and that area. Because we're both on the same console. But if we're running a peer-to-peer, and that person's all the way over there, my console doesn't have to do jack shit with that. Their console does that. Not until I walk over there, and my console asks that console what is in that area, and their console will go, okay, I've broken the snow layer off. Then my console will go, okay, that has changed. That's what transferred across between the two. So don't accept the bullshit that Dambuster and Deep Silver are pulling. It has got nothing to do with processing power. Boycott the game. Until they correct this, boycott the game. That's all I can say. It's bad enough CD Projekt Red broke the law and are getting away with it 2 years after the fact, and they're still getting away with it. And that can be fixed within a week. And now Dambuster and Deep Silver saw that and gone, let's do the same thing, let's break the law. Because they are breaking a law. We've purchased a game. The game is labelled as multiplayer. And we can't host. That's withholding of product. That is, as I've stated in other videos, the Customer Rights Act it's in breach of Customer Rights Act. So if I, for example, do that, their console knows what a snow layer looks like because it's got a snow layer in its data. My game knows what a snow layer looks like because it's in the game data. All it has to do is go, okay, my console says to his console, at that coordinate, which is on the screen, -4, 198, 4, place that item. It has a code, it's all in the background. The fact that Deep Silver and or Dambuster Studios have added an extra line of bunch of codes to say, okay, check the console model. If the console model is this, withhold their privileges. Same as with Cyberpunk. CD Projekt Red added extra coding and said, when you start the game, withhold this feature. They're doing extra work to withhold the product we purchased. Now, if that doesn't say breaking the law, what more explanation do you need? So I thought I'd jump on Minecraft because this is the perfect example. This is probably the most, I want to say, intensive peer-to-peer game out there. People are going to go, but how? It's like, you could say 7 Days to Die is just as intense, but both of these people, me and the person who's joined me, or if, may I add, another to join me, because you can have 4 people in Minecraft on a peer-to-peer, my game has to let that console, and that console know what the layout of the world is. And every time I do that, it's got to let that one, and that one know that that is now changed. It doesn't have to say what it looks like. They know what it looks like. Because they all have... wrong block. They all have snow layers in their code. So they don't need to know that. They all know what a snow layer looks like. They all know that the coordinates are here. All they need to know is air, snow layer, air, snow layer. But what makes this intense is it's an entire world. So it also has to know, okay, these coordinates that I'm at, I'm here. That spider is at its coordinates. That light source is at its coordinates. The spider's over here is at its coordinates. All that for an entire world is transferred between all 4 players here. Anytime something changes, like if this person moves from there to here, my console has to be updated from these coordinates to these coordinates, and then obviously the orientation in which they are facing has to be changed as well, and whether they're crouching or not crouching, what they have in their hand. If that changes, all that is what's transferred between the consoles. That is what makes a peer-to-peer a peer-to-peer. So the fact that there can be 4 people in this game, an entire world of changeable blocks, because none of these are fixed. Anything can be changed. Unlike in Dead Island 2, the world itself is fixed to a certain point. If there's a cart there, that car's always there. If there's a fence, that fence is always there. So the people that are in your game don't need to know that information, because they are always like that. All that has to change between in Dead Island 2, because you can only have that many people, is stuff like, is there where are they? Over here. The coordinates of the enemies. So there's one over there. That coordinate. Play spider. If I then kill that spider, at that coordinate, spider dies. That's the only thing that gets transferred in Dead Island 2. But they're going to go, oh, but or a layering system and stuff like that. It's like, again, all these 3 consoles here, no. All the layers. Now, all the possible breaks in the layers. They're going to go, oh, but. So, if this person hacks the leg off a zombie, and what I see is slightly different to what they see, does that really matter? No. So the fact that they go, oh, but we can't because of the... Bullshit. Simple bullshit. Zombie dies because of leg hack and knee joint at this coordinate by that player using this weapon. That's all that has to be transferred across. So I really do hope that Deep Silver and Dan Buster see this video, or at least somebody shares this video or one of my other videos talking about how they're telling lies, and they overturn their decisions to withhold our product and stop being a CDPR. It's bad enough that CD Projekt Red, if anyone wants to know what CD means in CD Projekt Red, it's criminal developer. Just give us our game. So until they correct this, because it's not they can't do it, it's they've chosen not to do it. They are actively withholding by adding extra coding to withhold our product, to restrict us from hosting because they don't want us to host because of make up an excuse, and their excuse was peer-to-peer. They could have chosen a better excuse, like, oh, I don't know. There is no excuse for it. They would have been better off releasing the game as just single player. If they were just going to withhold hosting, they might as well just release it as single player. So to anyone who promotes the game, saying it's a great game, like I was going to, and what I had done in my first 2 videos, stop. Don't do it. Until they correct this, even if if you're on PC, because you can host. Because we don't mind PC hosting. PS5 and Xbox Series. Oh, Microsoft and Sony said, yeah, no, it's okay, we don't want those people to be restricted because they've already bought the console. But then Xbox One and PS4, I don't know, we want them to buy a new console. So restrict their ability to host. That's probably what's happened. And if that doesn't say criminals, scumbags, lowlifes, shit cunts, I don't know what does. And if a Dambuster or Deep Silver, if that's not what's happening, fix the situation. It's simple, just go allow hosting on PS4, true. Allow hosting on Xbox One, true. It's that simple. The hit to performance that a PS4 and an Xbox One will get by peer-to-peering with 2 extra people in that game will be minimal. And if it's a substantial hit, then you're doing something wrong, because that's not what peer-to-peer is. My console does not run that guy's game. My console updates that guy's game to different environmental changes. That's all it does. So stop telling the lies, correct the situation. Hopefully this video has opened people's eyes to the lies the gaming industry are pulling, and it's all because of CD Projekt Red. They broke a law, got away with it, and now others are following suit. I said this a year ago. This is going to happen. It is now happening. I hate being right, but actually no, I like being right. In this particular situation, I didn't want to be right, but I'm right. It pains me to say it, but I'm right. And being correct about something shouldn't be a sad point, but it is. If someone buys a particular game, they should get that particular game. Now, by all means, you can check up yourselves. You can do a search on the internet, peer-to-peer. Top of the list is definitely Minecraft. It is the most famous, well-known peer-to-peer game. Now, the peer-to-peer part is if I'm playing in my own game, and I can go invite game. That's peer-to-peer. If I'm on a server, then that's a different story. The way to tell if you're on a peer-to-peer or a server is easy. If this person's in my game, and this person's in my game, and I leave, this person and this person will get kicked because it's peer-to-peer. If I leave the game and this person stay, it's a server. Now, in saying Minecraft is the most famous one, and Dambuster or Deep Silver or CD Projekt Red use the excuse, oh, but it's Minecraft, it's a bunch of blocks. Or even the Twitter morons. It's a bunch of blocks, it's not the same thing. 7 Days to Die. Dead Island 1, Dead Island Riptide, Dying Light 2, Conan Exiles, Ark. They all use a peer-to-peer system. They also have servers, the Conan and Ark, but if you play in on your console, single player, and you can go options, invite to game, you then run a peer-to-peer. Not a server, a peer-to-peer. And the fact that Ark can do it, Conan can do it, Minecraft to do it, 7 Days to Die can do it. They're big open worlds. They're not walled off areas. Conan Exiles has and Ark have customizable characters, not fixed characters. They have customizable building systems, not fixed. Minecraft, the entire world is customizable, not fixed. So the fact that Dambuster and or Deep Silver are using the peer-to-peer as an excuse, surely this video has pointed to how much of a bullshit that is. So don't promote the game. I do not endorse the game until this is corrected. And I'm out of here. Stay safe. I'll catch you all next time. Dambuster, Deep Silver, fix your shit. Stop being criminals. I'm out of here. Stay safe. Catch you next time.